people say, ooh, my lower back is bugging me, but the cause could be because of the way where your head's at for a period of hours a day. It might not be what you're sitting on or how you're necessarily holding your lower body posture. It can be the upper body stuff, and so, or it's an abundance of certain motions of the body, or doing
repetitive stuff,
too much frontal loading and not enough posterior loading, and so it's really cool to think about. And again, this is where you and I will geek out together because we love this stuff. So what is actually, when people talk about like ideal spinal alignment, can you describe that through the sound waves here for our listeners, like so they have a visual?
So we have, when we're born, we have an S curve. So if you were to take somebody that, brand new, kind of no issues, no nothing, and stand them sideways, there's just a natural S curve, which we need. We need those curvatures in the lower spine and in the cervical spine, just because we need those to be able to move and do the things that we want to do, just daily activities. When you think of the spine, it's not just this straight. Like these vertebrae in a healthy, strong spine are lined up, in line, but they have this nice natural curve to allow us to stand with good posture. So chin back, shoulders back, without these excessive dips in the curve. So when you look at, like we talk about forward head posture, when you look at somebody that's got really severe, or even if you have young adults and they're on their iPads or their iPhones a lot, just even after, if they've been sitting on the couch for a little while, get them just to stand up and just notice how their chin juts out, how their shoulders are a little bit slumped. And these are in young people. So what happens now is we've caused an exaggeration in that part of the S curve at the neck. So that's going to imply, or it's going to cause pressure. It's going to cause things like muscle tightness, soreness, that maybe somebody 13 might not notice right away, but somebody my age notices it 1 hour sitting at my desk typing, I'm like, oh, I got to do some chin tucks or something because I can feel all that tightness and tension.
Yes.
And the same thing with the lower spine. You've got that nice curve in the lumbar spine to support the thoracic spine. But again, improper sitting, and even like in very athletic people that over time have kind of got their habits, how they swing a baseball bat, how they do their squats or their deadlifts, or, just runners even, it doesn't matter. Somebody, and somebody that's very sedentary and sits a lot. So now what happens is, again, we see these excessive curvatures that are not the cause of things like scoliosis or scoliosis or anything like that. They're the cause of just, I'm going to say, life. Things that we've done, things that maybe we're not paying attention to, habits, inactivity, improper activity, like improper form and execution of certain movements. And when these become exaggerated, we start to experience pain, initially pain. And then from there, without sort of that awareness and any intervention to kind of just bring that spine back into, just keep bringing it back into alignment. Like how many of us take our cars in to get the tires balanced? You do it because otherwise the car doesn't drive well and you get too much wear on certain tires and now everything's just a wonky little mess.
Yeah.
Well, your spine's kind of it's sort of the same idea. It's a bad analogy, but it's kind of the same idea.
It's a great analogy, but I'll take it even a little further because someone else was talking about this on a past podcast or maybe even on just in a conversation where you can bring your car in and get all new tires.
Yes.
But if you don't do the alignment, what happens? The tires don't wear evenly.
That's right.
So having the new tires, that's great, but that's not going to, they're not going to hold up like you want them to. They're not going to wear evenly unless you also align the tires,
the maintenance part,
and do the balancing of it.
Yeah.
Like there's more to it than this. So people go in, they're like, well, I am working out. That's great.
Great.
But are you doing the right types of exercises?
Yeah.